Hello YouTube, hello people. Welcome to the fifth tutorial for Java beginners. And in this tutorial, we're going to talk about how you can actually print something on the screen. You guys should be using this with me along all the previous tutorials, but I'm going to tell you how it makes sense actually, and how would you print anything that you want, and also how would you take input from the user. That's very crucial in any programming language. So let's see how to do these two things. I'm going to open my clips, which is already open, minimized. Okay, so let's see, how would you actually write anything on the output screen? You guys do that as we have done, as we have seen in past tutorials. System.out.println, and then say if you want to print any message on the screen, any message that you want to write right here in this statement, system.out.println, you use inverted commas, then write that message like we did in the hello people program. So say I want to write Java is useful. I write this in the inverted commas and then put in semicolon at the end. Now when I run this program, this message within the inverted commas would be printed on the output screen. See, Java is useful. Now say you want to write a message in a println statement, and right after that you want to write a value of a variable that you have already declared. So let me first declare a variable for you, simple one, say int x equals 20. Now to do that, you first need to write a statement which says the value of x is, and then you want to print the value of x in the same. So what you would do for that is, within the inverted commas, you would write the value of x is, and then after your inverted comma ends, you would put a plus sign. This plus is actually a concatenator. This shows concatenation. It shows that there are two things in a single println statement, and those two things which are to be printed are separated by a plus sign. You need to remember that. And this is one set of string. This is actually is, but we'll talk about that later, strings and stuff. And the next thing you want to print is the value of x, which is 20. So for that you need to use a plus sign in the middle. Now if I run this, I would get the value of x is, and then the value of x would be printed, which is 20. So let me just run it. You see here the value of x is 20. So this is just because of the concatenation. If I remove this, and you see right after removing I get this cross sign, syntax error. So you need to use a plus sign, which is a concatenator. So this is pretty much it about the output statement. How for you to print an output statement on the output screen. Now how would you take value from user? You need to take value and store it whatever the user presses on his keyboard. To do that, we have something special in Java predefined that is known as a scanner. So you need to first load the scanner file in the Java in this program and let the Java know that we are using something known as scanner. So this is actually known as importing files in Java. So to import files in Java, you simply write import, and this import has to be above the declaration of class. See, declaration of my class starts here and I'm importing here. Import space java dot util dot scanner. Now every word of this makes sense. It has its own meaning, but what the meaning is we're going to talk about when we'll talk about packages we're not talking about packages now, but we will talk about packages. Then we'll talk about what every of these things mean, and they have their own meaning. Just to use a scanner class, scanner file, we have imported it first and let it load in Java. This is how you'd be importing stuff. Import java.something.something from now on if you need to. Okay, now how would you use the scanner? For that, you need to see, when you take input from a user, you have to store it somewhere. And we have seen in the last tutorial, where do we store something? We store it in a variable. So to store something in a variable, we need to define a variable. So let's say int x, we have just defined it, not initialized it with any value. Now, how would you use scanner? You need to first define a variable for scanner itself. It's actually something that helps you to take input from the user. Now, to define a variable for scanner, this is the syntax that you follow. Right, scanner, then any variable name for scanner, let's say sc equals new. New is a keyword that is predefined in Java, and it is used to define that we are creating something new. New, scanner, scanner. Then within within this parenthesis we write system system.in. This is actually what tells the program that this scanner variable sc is used to input something from the variable, from the user, and store it in any of the variables. Now we have seen that we have defined int x. Let's see how would we use it. Now we want to take value from user. So first we need to notify the user that you have to input something. To do that, we'll simply write down an output screen message, system.out.println. Enter the value of x, and this would be printed and would notify the user to enter the value of x. Now, how would you actually take the value of x? For that, the syntax is x equals sc. Now sc takes everything in the character form. We have seen character, so sc takes everything in the character form, but we know that x is an integer, so we need to take input as an integer. For that, we do typecasting. We change the data type of character to integer. We'll talk about typecasting in a completely different tutorial right from the scratch, but just know that what I'm about to write next is actually typecasting. sc dot next int. So what this statement says, that take a value sc in the sc variable, that is scanner variable, from the user, which is actually a character. And what this statement says, next int. Now the value that you have taken in the sc variable from the user, convert it into int data type, since it was a character data type, and store it in x. Okay, so this is how it works. Again, sc takes value from user in a character data type. Everything that user enters that sc holds, scanner variable sc. Again, you can name the scanner variable anything, but for convenience I've named it sc. It takes everything from the user in character type. You need to convert that character into variable to actually put that variable, put that integer into x. You need to convert that character into integer. So it takes character input from user, and then it converts it into integer, and then inputs it into x. So if I have run and now I want to print what user has actually input, the value of x. So system.out dot println the value of x is, again concatenation plus, then put x. So this would print the value of x that user has inputted. Okay, so let's run this program. Enter the value of x. Look here in the window. Now you have to enter a value of x. Say value of x I enter is 45. And now since I entered the value of x, next statement would say the value of x is 45 because of this SC. So this is how you take input from a user. Now say this might have not been int, say it was double. The only change would be here. In this statement you say x equals to sc dot next int. In place of next int it would be next double, ple, because now we want to change, or we want to typecast the character that sc took from the user into double and then hold it into a variable which is of double data type. So now we'd run it again, and since it is double it can hold decimal values. Now if I run it again, enter the value of x, and now the output if I put is 22.95 or 96. The value of x is 22.96. So the only changes you had to make was change the data type double and then here to next double. That is it. This is how you pretty much take input from the user using scanner. I hope it makes very clear to you guys how to do this. If you still have any doubts, just feel free to ask questions in the comments and I'd be more than happy to help. And do not forget to press the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel and learn more. Okay, so I'll see you in the next tutorial. I hope this was very useful. Carry on with the series.